Have you ever felt like you don't quite fit in? Like the world sees you as strange, but deep down, you know it's for a reason. What if that reason was bigger than you think? Today we're uncovering 9 signs you might be a chosen one. Stick around because one of these could flip everything you believe about yourself upside down. Let's find out why you're different. Feeling out of place isn't just random. It could be a signal you're meant for something more. In this video, we'll explore 9 signs that mark you as a chosen one, someone with a unique purpose in this vast spiritual puzzle. These aren't just quirks. They're clues to why you feel the way you do. By the end, you'll have a clearer sense of your path and maybe even feel less alone. Let's get into it. Sign 1. You feel a pull you can't explain. Most people drift through life on autopilot, but you've always sensed something tugging at your soul. It's like a whisper you can't ignore. Maybe it's a gut feeling that keeps you up at night. Think of Sarah, a quiet artist who felt restless for years until she started painting visions she couldn't explain. Later, people called them prophetic. That pull isn't random. You can start listening by sitting quietly for 5 minutes a day and asking what it's trying to tell you. It's subtle, but this next part builds on why you feel it so strongly. Sign 2. You see through illusions. Society loves its masks like fake smiles and empty promises, but you see right through them. It's like you've got X-ray vision for truth. Take Mark, a guy who always knew when his friends were lying even as a kid. It made him the odd one out, but later it saved him from toxic circles. You can sharpen this by trusting your first instinct when something feels off. It's rarely wrong. Now that we've seen this, let's look at how it ties to your dreams. But there's a catch we'll get to later. Sign 3. Your dreams feel too real. Ever wake up from a dream that felt more like a memory? Chosen ones often get messages this way. Picture Lisa, who dreamt of a bridge collapsing. Weeks later, she avoided a real one that did. Coincidence? Maybe not. You can tap into this by keeping a notebook by your bed and jotting down what you see each morning. Which of these sounds like you so far? Let me know below. This next sign might explain why those dreams stick with you. Sign 4. You're drawn to solitude. Crowds drain you, don't they? You'd rather sit alone with your thoughts than fake small talk. Think of James, a writer who ditched parties to hike alone. Those quiet moments birthed his best ideas. Solitude isn't loneliness. It's your soul recharging. You can lean into it by carving out an hour each week with no distractions, just you. This next part could change how you see that need for space. It's not as simple as it seems. Sign 5. You sense energy shifts. Walk into a room and feel the vibe change? That's not just intuition. It's a gift. Maria once felt a heaviness at work. Turns out a coworker was grieving silently. Chosen ones pick up these currents. You can practice this by pausing when you feel a shift and asking what's behind it. It's a quiet power, and it connects to something bigger we'll unpack next. Sign 6. You question everything. Blind faith isn't your thing. You dig for answers. Like Alex, who challenged every rule growing up only to find his own spiritual truth later. It's exhausting, but it's why you're here. You can channel this by picking one belief you've outgrown and exploring why it doesn't fit anymore. This next sign flips that curiosity into action. Stick around. Sign 7. You inspire without trying. People say you light up a room even when you're just being you. Think of Emma, a barista whose calm presence turned strangers into regulars. It's not effort, it's your energy. You can amplify this by speaking your truth, even in small moments. That's the payoff of those earlier signs. They're building to this. Sign 8. You've faced unfair struggles. Life's thrown you curveballs others dodge. Why? Those trials shape you. David lost everything in a fire only to rebuild with a purpose he never saw coming. When everything fell apart, it wasn't the end. It was the beginning of something greater. Every setback you faced was designed to mold you, not break you. Think back to the hardest moment in your life. At the time, it felt impossible, right? But now, you're still here, stronger than ever. Chosen ones aren't spared struggles. They're refined by them. If this resonates, it's time to start seeing those struggles for what they are, stepping stones to something bigger. And that's exactly why this next sign is so important. It's the reason those struggles weren't in vain. Sign 9. You feel a mission brewing. Deep down, you know you're here for something big. It's just not clear yet. Like Rachel, who felt aimless until she started mentoring kids and unlocked her calling. Recognizing these signs is just the beginning. The real question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Because chosen ones aren't just different. They're here to change the world. This isn't about just knowing you're different. It's about stepping into that difference and using it. Whether that means guiding others, creating something meaningful, or simply living with more purpose, you are here for a reason. And now that you see the signs, the real journey begins. So why are you different? Those 9 signs, from unseen pulls to piercing truth and vivid dreams, aren't quirks. They're proof you're a chosen one wired for a purpose the world needs. But recognizing these signs is just the beginning. The real question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Because chosen ones aren't just different. They're here to change the world. Take the first step. Write down which sign resonated with you the most in the comments. Let's connect and see how many of us are walking this path together. And if this video spoke to you, keep the momentum going. Share this with someone who needs it. You never know who's searching for these answers right now. Trust the signs. Watch your path unfold. See you in the next one.